Welcome everyone to another episode of Underneath the Lyricist Studio. Hello. Okay, we're back. Since I'm here right now, we might as well talk about my number 4. And again, this list is like it's not like it's like influence, and then there's different context. There's a reason that more contemporary artists on this. Like, there's some songs that like I'll listen to like on repeat, and some albums that I'll listen to a lot. Because I guess like it's probably because times have changed. Like there was definitely a point in time where like it was CDs. And
lately, Frank has neglected the LPs he collected for years and turned to compact discs. Frank has purchased 80 discs already, and he's only 2 months into this new collection. He says the discs sound that good.
It's clean. There's no noise. The only detectable noise you would have is possibly tape discs from the original recording. Otherwise, you don't have the disturbing surface noise, pops, clicks. I saw a title that I'd like, and I thought, by the time I get a CD player, I don't know if that title's still going to be in print, so I bought it.
We see that growth continuing this year. We see it going to new heights really in the fall of '85, and we really don't see any lessening of the demand.
CD players are expected to hit the million sales mark in just 3 years. It took TV 11 years and VCRs 6 to hit that mark.
Before it was streaming, it was like iTunes, so it's like a different format. Like, I'm listening to certain things in the car over and over again. Not driving around that much these days, so it's like I'll listen to like various other things. I think I'm in like a Sevdelisa kind of mode right now. I say all that and that to say that number 4, I think I might have mentioned this before, like early back in the day, I don't know if I knew or understood everything that Wu-Tang was doing, but somewhere along the way, like, I started to get it, and I guess develop more of a broader taste, which I think is important. All that aside, my number 4 is or whatever. Maybe I should insert like an actual drum sound. Did this thing shut off while it's number 4, and it's gonna be Ghostface Killer of Wu-Tang Clan fame. Ghostface, I don't always understand what he's saying. I can't recite an entire Ghostface verse to you. I can't recite a lot of rappers' verses back to you. There's some things that are like more poppy that'll like stick with me, and then other shit will like fall out of my head. Anyway, Ghostface Killer, storytelling genius. I think he's excellent at telling stories, conveying emotion, breath control. He's got like the voice, which is cool. I mean, I was like, man, that's unique. He really stands out. I think about New York hip hop. It's like, even though he's distinct within the time period and ilk that he came out of, I still feel like he's one of those like quintessential like New York voices. Like, I think about New York rap, think about Ghostface. I mean, he says like he's got his own vernacular, his own lingo. He can like ride the beat. He was like the first time like I felt like like, oh, you can like kind of, it feels like his shoulders are in it when he's rapping. I mean, granted, I haven't seen like that kind of footage, but that's the way it feels. Like, I should put like an counter down here. I'm not, but anyway, Ghostface, anything off of Supreme Clientele, fantastic. My two favorite albums of his are Supreme Clientele and Fish Scale, I think. I think the Adrian Young project that he did, um, very ambitious. The whole thing was storytelling, um, very inspirational. For what I'm doing now. Um, Man, yeah. Anything else Supreme Clientele? Like classic album. It's one of my favorite albums, which is maybe that's a different conversation altogether. But yeah. Anyway, Ghostface, like influential as far as like flow. Just kind of like it feels like he's not ever really like losing the beat, but it's sort of like he's finding the pockets, he's finding all the like the spaces where the beat isn't, and he fits in with it like just like perfectly. um and it was like that pre sort of bounce flow. Everybody's got that bounce where it's like you gotta stay on the beat like this, but not that there's anything wrong with that, but I guess to some degree I'm a traditionalist. And also, I lost some footage. No, lost some audio to the footage, the visual footage that was supposed to be in the last episode. And I had an Instagram question where I asked people, should I just redub those things or just reshoot the entire video? And it was a little close-ish. More people said I should hilariously dub the video. So if you stick around, maybe you'll see some of that old footage with a really awkward voiceover on top. Anyway, where did this trope even come from of, doing like the top 5 rappers? Is every genre like that? Is this something they did like in the 1700s, 1800s, early 1900s? Top 5 composers. And people would say like Bach is weak. You're out of your damn mind if you f with Bach. And somebody would be like, no man, Tchaikovsky. Open up your mind. I don't know. But anyway, it's a thing that exists, and it's a cool conversation, I think. Like lately, I think I've seen some publications have like a top 100 of all time and maybe like a top 50. It's cool, I get it, but it's almost like too inclusive, for me. Maybe I like that sense of like competition, or at least knowing that people have discernment and reasons behind what they choose. I mean, that's kind of exciting to me. I like those conversations. I like those debates, when they're friendly, I guess. Some people take it a little too seriously. I think that's the dangerous thing about like music as opposed to like other mediums. Music accompanies everything. So I think that's why we make musicians out to be these like larger than life creatures. I mean, I guess I would argue that, as far as praise that comes from the masses, the non-entertainment folks, I feel like maybe they put musicians at the top, and then maybe below that it's maybe athletes, actors, artists. Completely different conversation, so we don't even have to get into it right now. Probably cut that out. But I really like Ghostface. I like his delivery. His beat choices are real dope. The tone of voice, it can make you feel like man, like, oh, I'm really in New York right now. Man, we might have some fun. It might be some grimy fun. We might get into some shit. Probably gonna have a real good time. Just throwing some headphones or hanging out with Ghostface. You get that kind of feeling. He had like the big coats. He had like the big, like what we call them, like the big bracelets. he had like the eagle on and that G-Dep video. You know, it's like I listen to music, but it's like an artistic choice kind of thing, you know? Like I feel like I'm doing it because I'm trying to learn something or because I'm like researching certain aspects. And you know, I guess like a lot of things are referential for me now. So when I'm going back to Ghostface music, it's like, oh, okay, like this kind of centers me, you know? Like I came up on rap, like, you know, producing, you know, rap beats, wanting to rap. You know, you kind of look back to some of the things he's always done and how influential it is to like other artists that are probably more so in my generation. So I guess that's why some of them don't make it on the list, right? For me, I have to look at history and how I guess the history, you know, has inspired me and certain other artists that today I might even listen to more often. But I guess a lot of times I'm in those like situations where I'm listening to those artists because that's what's on at the time. You know, maybe I can't control the speaker everywhere I go or everywhere I work, and that's just, you know, when it ends up happening. So you know, I feel like he's influenced so many artists, and as quiet as it's kept, but that's like conspiracy theory stuff. So, you know, maybe I don't want to, maybe I don't need to go there. So I'm just going to leave that alone. You know, I don't want to get too close to a review because again, I don't, and I never will review music. We'll never say never. Got my reasons. Ghostface is he's, how can I say this? An elder statesman now, which is dope, you know? Like I want rap artists, I want black artists, you know, I want to have, like in my generation, or maybe even prior ones, older generations, it's cool to have those people still around, you know? I want to be able to be like a retiree and go to these like concerts. It's like Rolling Stones don't stop touring. You know, like I want our stars to get as big or to live as long, excuse me, as Keith Richards, you know? On stage, 80 years old, still rapping. I don't see why not. Get, you know, you go on these getaway cruises, old folks. Oh, let's go down to the early bird seafood buffet special, and then we'll chill for a while, and we'll go see Ghostface. It's a Royal Cruise special night event. That sounds kind of cool. I'd do that. Put on my hard bottoms. Yeah, we're gonna go see Ghostface.
Let me hear that for a second, man.
Doll yourself up. Maybe if Averex will be back, put on a nice Averex jacket. Yeah, Ghostface Killer coming in at number 4. You know, I like beat choices. Oh man. Speaking of beat choices, new thing that I'm doing with this video, and hopefully you can hear it and notice it, is that I'm going with instrumentals that are going to be the bed kind of the most of the video, whereas before I think I had the entire song, and so it's like you're hearing my voice twice. You know, it's already self-indulgent, like it's a video starring me, featuring things about me, talking about things that I like. Excellent beat choices. Things that were cool is that, you know, Ghostface could just tell a story and just rap over something that didn't even have like drums to it. It would just be singing, you know, like an old soul sample, like a loop of, you know, just some strings playing, a little bit of piano maybe, and just go for it and kill it. And it would be like the most interesting to listen to. I still haven't seen the Wu-Tang TV show. You know, I don't know who plays him on the show. I heard a couple things about it. Heard people enjoyed it. Cool. I'll probably, you know, probably give it a gander. Probably give it a look. So yeah, number 4, Ghostface Killer. Cut. Or something. Thank you for tuning in. This has been another episode of Underneath the Lyricist Studio. We talk about bars. That's what we're talking about. Hit the like button or subscribe. Drop a comment. Tell a friend. Share. Follow me on Instagram. I'm on Twitter. Twitter? Black Twitter? Aha. You can make donations right here. Yeah. All right.